Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. I'm your Everyday Joe. Today's dinner recipe, I'm going to be making lamb with Hasselback potatoes coming out of the Power Air Fry oven. So stay tuned.
If you want to show support to this channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. And to stay up to date on new content, when we release it, ring the notification bell. Now let's get into the video.
We're going to need some salt, some pepper, some Italian seasoning that's mixed with some rosemary, some chopped basil, some chopped parsley, some green onions. I'm also going to be using rice wine vinegar, some chopped garlic, a couple of potatoes that we're going to be Hasselbacking, some butter, and our star of the show is going to be the lamb, a boneless leg of lamb that we're going to season and put in the air fry oven. I've got these Idaho potatoes that have already been cleaned and washed. So we're going to Hasselback, and basically what that is we're just going to cut slices into it, but not all the way down. We're going to leave about halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way. So just going to cut into it like that. And I'm making the cuts, try to keep them even, maybe a 1/4 inch or so. Now some people have used, you can use like a piece of wood or block or something to put on the edges and just cut straight down. That gives you a nice measurement. But sometimes the potatoes don't lend themselves to that because they're not flat. So I chose to do it this way here. Okay. So as you can see, when you slice them down enough, they'll kind of open up a little bit for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'll cut up the second one afterwards. I'm going to go through just the one right now. So I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. Okay. Okay, just rub that in there. Try to get inside of it. You can use a brush if you want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there, right? Okay. Get a little on the outside here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of this garlic and just try to get a little bit of garlic in each slice. That'll also help keep it open a little bit. So I just use some freshly minced garlic. Okay, so you can see how it's already starting to hold itself open. So now we're going to add a little bit of salt. Okay, because you can always salt it later when it comes out. So go lightly there. A little bit of black pepper, not too much. Now I'm using a dry Italian seasoning with rosemary in it. I think that the rosemary is going to give it a good smell, good flavor. Flavors are going to work well together with the lamb. Okay, put it all in there. Get some on the bottom side too. Okay, also going to add some of these green onions, just to give it again more flavor. You just want to get as many as you can. You don't have to be too worried about it. The flavors are going to be fine once you start opening them up. Okay, we got that in there. So we got a little garlic, a little onion, some seasoning. Okay, you know what? I'm going to throw a little bit of basil in there too, just to get it on the outside. Whatever gets in, that's fine. It's going to be plenty of flavor. Okay, get that all in there. Okay, and a little bit of parsley again. And we're going to use parsley at the end on top anyway. So again, you don't have to worry too much about that. Now you could mix all this together and put it all in together. That works for you too. Okay, so that's the one. Okay, so I just finished making the second Hasselback. It's all seasoned up, oiled up. I'm going to put it in the Power Air Fry oven for about 20 minutes. We're going to cook it until it starts getting crispy. If we need to take it out earlier or go further, I'll let you know when they come out. Now that we have the Hasselback potatoes in the Power Air Fry oven, I set it for 400 for 15 minutes. I just use the French fry setting on it if we have to add more as we cook these. So now I've got the boneless leg of lamb. These were almost butterflied. The bone was removed, so it was kind of open. What I did was I just basically sliced them up and tied them up into a little bit of a filet mignon look. So what I'm going to add first is I'm going to take these big chunks of garlic and I'm going to just stick them in the middle where the cut was. So it's going to make things very tasty on the inside there. So get as many as I can in there. So it'll flavor the insides. Okay, here and here. Keep that all together. So also what I did, I took the basil, the parsley, the salt, the pepper, Italian seasoning, a little bit of olive oil, and I mixed it all together here. So basically I'm going to have a rub. I'm going to stuff it in all the little crevices, little openings. But first, what I like doing is I like to soak these in some rice vinegar first, just to kind of give them a nice flavor. That rice vinegar really gives it a different flavor. Now you can let them sit. It's like using a brine, only the rice vinegar is a little lighter. It's got a different flavor to it. Okay, so make sure that's all intact. Let's put that aside. So now I'm going to take make sure I get everything all packed in. Take this rub and get it all inside here. Now it doesn't have to look pretty, but it does have to flavor it. So we get it all in here, turn it upside down. Okay, it's here. Rub a little bit on the outside. I mean, basically using it like a rub. It's not much different. The only difference is it's a fresh herb and seasoning. Put all that together. Okay. Get that one in there. Oh, garlic trying to escape. Get that in. Make sure my ties stay intact. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to the tops. Okay. That'll help give it a nice crust on the top. Okay. And I'm going to get it on this rack. Now I've sprayed the rack. So now that I've put this on the rack, I'm going to put these along with the Hasselback potatoes. I'm going to run these at the bottom first, underneath the potatoes for about 10 or 15 minutes, then swap them over and have the lamb on the top to try to get a nice crust at the end for it. And when it comes out, I'm going to add a little bit of butter to the tops here, just to make it a little bit more moist and give it a little butter flavor. And I'll show you what they look like when they come out. Okay, the Hasselback potatoes and the lamb look done. Okay, we're going to pull it out and take a look at it. Okay, look at that. Looks nice crust at the top. Just going to move it here. Okay, and let's take a look at these Hasselbacks. Oh yeah, you can see how they just open right up, nice and toasted. Okay, so now I'm going to bring it to the countertop and finish it off, and I'll show you what they look like. I kept the lamb in the Power Air Fry oven for about 15 minutes total. I did flip it, so it cooked on both sides. It got a nice little crust on it. Add a little bit of butter and parsley, and a little bit of chopped green onion to the top. So here you have it. Here's your lamb dinner. We're gonna take a piece of this and give it a sample. Let's see what this is looking like here. Oh yeah, this is, I mean, you can see the juices coming off of here. It's cooked medium and it's very juicy, so let's get it. Very good. You can taste the The vinegar, the rice vinegar that's on it, you can get the flavor off of that. And the garlic flavor just permeates throughout the whole piece of meat. That's real good. And the Hasselbacks, as you can see, they spread right out, nice and crisp up on the top. So I'm just going to take a piece here and get a little bit of this juice here. Oh, very good. Yeah, this actually came out very, very good. I'm very pleased with the way that the Power Air Fry Oven handles the meat and the potatoes. I cooked them together for about 15 minutes. I swapped the potatoes to the bottom rack about halfway through, just so I can get the crust on the lamb. So if you guys give this a shot, let me know. Put some comments in the bottom. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.